Hey guys, Professor Bill Comic Book University and Robotech, issue number 1, Talking Titan Comics here. All right, listen, I'm going to make an admission right now that could be good or bad, depending on who you are. Look, I've never watched Robotech. No, seriously, I never watched a single episode. I think they had a comic book out in the past. They've had a manga, at least, something, right? Never read any of them. I literally, aside from the idea that the toys all look the same, but they're really cool, and that Jetfire, the one Transformer, the immediate first new Transformer from the original Generation 1, was built off of the same mold as one of these Robotech things. Aside from that, I really don't know anything about Robotech. So I am reading this comic as someone who is just coming into the genre for the very first time, and I'm not disappointed. No, Brian Wood is the writer here. He's the scripter. Now, by calling himself the scripter, that indicates that the artist actually may have had something to do with this also. If not, then the story was already given to him, or he's just retelling a story that already existed, which could be the possibility. And Marco Torrini is on art. So we basically get an origin story here, which is perfect for a freaking noobler like myself. So yeah, apparently some giant space defense force. I've actually got the name in here. I just don't feel like flipping through the pages. But this gigantic SDF-1, all right, this gigantic ship, boom, lands. And the thing is so gigantic that they build skyscraper. It lands on what's called Macros Island, all right? And it's so huge that people build skyscrapers around it, or at the very least, very, very tall buildings, like 10 stories each, at the least. And they make an entire housing complex and research facility and things like that around it. So Macros Island now becomes something special because they dig out the entire ship and they are learning from this technology. They're basically reverse engineering this technology. Hello, this is a fantastic idea. And as a role player, I really want to play a damn Robotech RPG right now. I'm talking pen and paper tabletop. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. I think they have made a Robotech thing before, but usually whenever you make something with, Robotech or giant robots and things like that, it's usually either too complicated or too simplistic. And I want something just right. But maybe I'm just asking for too much. The idea is, this is a really, really amazing story. So there are aliens. Now, we don't know where the ship necessarily came from. We don't know what's going on. It seems to be sentient. That's my take as a total noob on this. They seem sentient, and the sentience activates once in a while when there's danger. Some drone lands, and the one dude shoots it. This dude, Rick Hunter, who is not the actual brother, younger brother of Roy Fokker. Fokker, meet the parents. But he is like the adopted small brother. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, why does he have a different name? They're saying big brother in quotation marks. So I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, so yeah, he has this thing targeted. He shoots it, but it's still registered as the active target. So the machine knows that that this thing is still active. And all of a sudden, this dude comes out, this monster thing. It looks like a human, but who knows? It pulls its way out of this little droid, this drone, and starts coming after him. The guy's like, no! And yeah, I don't know what else is supposed to be with that. Now, there's also this girl here, Lin Minmai, and I love that they've got the 6 major characters and a couple minor characters on the very front page. The 6 main characters, they give information about who they are. Guys, I'm being legit when I say this. If you love Robotech and you want someone else to be into Robotech, consider spending $4 and grabbing this comic book and handing it to someone, because this would be the way to do it. They give you an idea of who, quick little bio of who all the characters are in this. And Min Mai, at least, seems to be some just basic dummy who I'm trying to liken her character a little bit. And I'm making the comparison by whenever I read her lines, she's got that really high-pitched anime girl voice who's always getting herself into trouble. That's the way I can understand her character best. If I'm wrong, hey, comment section below. Set me straight. But that's the way I'm understanding it, because she just owns this little Chinese restaurant or something like that, which is funny because she was raised in Japan, Anyway, whatever, it's possible. So she's like screaming and she's talking about, this drill, I'm gonna get in trouble. And this other dude's like, dude, this isn't a drill. And like, there's a lot of stuff back and forth and just like, oh my God, woman, shut up. You're gonna get shot. You know what? You deserve to be shot. You deserve to be shot. As a guy, that's why I didn't really like anime too much when I was a kid, because I would too much time be like, okay, you need to be shot. And I started to just not like women. I was like, what, 12? I was 12. And I'm like, women are stupid. They're always getting themselves into trouble when giant robots attack. Yeah, it took me a while to mature and realize that giant robots don't actually attack and women don't necessarily always act like that. Guys, enough playing around. Seriously, I'm going to give this comic a B+. Really, really great introduction to not necessarily the characters, but the world in and of itself. The characters seem very generic, cookie cutter from what their stereotype is supposed to be. General Glover, Henry Glover, whatever. This dude Glover, all right? He is like just your typical, what you'd expect a high-ranking military officer to be. That he's, he's tough as nails, but he grovels in front of Senate and things like that, or whoever his civilian leaders are, and just, like little things like that, which is just annoying. And no, not really the case. By several placements, Rick Hunter is apparently supposed to be the main dude here, but Roy Fokker seems to be the seriously in charge guy. So I guess he's like the old man giving advice. He's not necessarily old, but they do have a bit of his story there. The idea of writing your own future and things like that. Like, just there's a lot of really good stuff in here, guys. Seriously. If you're an old school fan of this, then this issue probably won't do a lot for you except a little bit of nostalgia. But I'm positive that this is going to turn into something where if you don't have the first issue or you don't read the first page that gives you a little introduction to the world and the major characters, you're going to be lost like crazy for this comic. So I think that you guys who know Robotech a lot in the world and you love it, this will be a good comic for you, because it looks like they're really going that route quickly. And I'm okay with it. Personally, I'm okay with it. So I'm going to stick with this comic for at least the next issue, probably, a couple issues, and just see, where this goes. If it's any good, I don't mind, spending the cash to read a good comic and review it. Whatever, man. But that's where I stand for right now. Anyways, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.